Hello, my lovely people. You're welcome once again. Thank you for joining this stream. The other one was mute, so I had to end it and start this one. Yeah. So you're welcome today once again. I think I need to start afresh. Yeah, I've tested it. It's working now. So if you are here, please write something, and I'm going to start the stream again. And hopefully in the next 1 hour, I will just end it up. If you have questions, please do put that down. Maybe I'll visit it later because I have an appointment in the next 1 hour. Okay, today you're welcome to my live stream once again. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and get to follow me in all the things I'll be putting up here, videos that are educative, entertaining, fun, and relaxing. Okay, today I've brought something that most of us should know as mothers or as fathers or youths. Yes, someday you will know that. Globally, all over the world, World Breastfeeding Week. Breastfeeding Week is celebrated every 1st to 7th of August globally. So, and Nigeria is not exceptional. We celebrate it as well. So this year, as a nutritionist, this is what I usually do in my office. It's all about breastfeeding and anything nutrition. As a trained UNICEF nutritionist as well. So this year, let me jump into it. The World 2020 World Breastfeeding Week celebration, which is commemorated 1st to 7th of August every year, is here. This is an event which draws attention for the need to support, promote, and protect breastfeeding in every way you find yourself. Do you understand? So this year's celebration theme is tagged Support Breastfeeding for a Healthier Nation. Support breastfeeding for a healthier planet. That is, if we're talking about the planet, we're talking about our nation, we're talking about our environment. So that is the title of this year's World Breastfeeding Week celebration. So invite your friends and loved ones, share me out if you can share me out so that we have people we are communicating to. Though this video will be left on my channel for any other person to access it. So invite your friends, okay? So breastfeeding remains the bedrock and the foundation for our children. If you want to lay a good foundation for your child, give your child adequate and proper breastfeeding. The benefits of breastfeeding can never be overemphasized on. So breastfeeding is very vital. We need the support of our husband, our spouse, our families, and even the government. We need the support of government in order to achieve the purpose of breastfeeding. And what is breastfeeding? Breastfeeding is the feeding of a newborn baby with the mother's breast milk alone. The feeding of a newborn baby with the mother's breast milk alone. That is equally breastfeeding the baby directly from the mother. You don't need to use feeding bottle or spoon feeding. That is breastfeeding. And we have different areas in breastfeeding when we're trying to make people understand what it is all about. There are durations for breastfeeding. Most of the times you hear mothers, they say, my baby is not getting enough breast milk. How would you know if your baby is getting enough breast milk? If it's a child that is less than 1 month, you don't expect the child to eat over 100 milk, even to eat up to 100 mils of breast milk. So it's not possible. For a child that is less than 1 month, 30 mils of breast milk is enough. Their intestine is still small, so you don't expect them to eat so much, okay? And you should feed your newborn baby between 2 to 3 hours. Every 2 to 3 hours, form it as a habit. Breastfeed your baby. Even if he or she is sleeping, carry the baby. If a baby is hungry, if you put him or her to the breast milk, he will still suck while sleeping. So that is what we know as breastfeeding. And the duration for a baby that is above 1 month, of course, you should breastfeed for up to 20 minutes. Yes. But once the baby is above 6 months, You have to make out time, because if you don't make out time, the baby will make out time for you. Anywhere you're going, he or she will be chasing you. I want breast milk. I want breast milk. So I think I said that in the other live stream that ended. I think it's something that we need our government to do something quickly. That mothers who are breastfeeding, lactating moms who are working either in the government sector or the banking sector, they need the support of government. Most places, like if you come to a secretariat where we talk and preach about breastfeeding, they don't have a crèche where mothers, newborn moms can keep their babies while at work, and they'll be coming to breastfeed the baby. And how can we be promoting exclusive breastfeeding and breastfeeding without having put these things into consideration? So government, we need the support of government as well. And when we talk about breastfeeding, we are equally trying to talk about exclusive breastfeeding. Most people, when they come to either for immunization, you ask them, are you on exclusive breastfeeding? They will say, yes, I am on exclusive breastfeeding. Okay, what are you giving to your baby? They will say it's water and the breast milk. No, as once you are giving water, it is no longer exclusive breastfeeding. Exclusive breastfeeding is defined as the feeding of a newborn baby from the date of birth, that is from 0 birth to 6 months of life, with only the mother's breast milk, without water, food, or any other fluid. That is exclusive breastfeeding. And it's supposed to be for 6 months of life. If you exclusively breastfeed your baby for 3 months, you have tried, but you have not given us all we want from you. Okay, so we'll need mothers to exclusively breastfeed their baby for the first 6 months of life with only breast milk. When once a child, since we are talking about exclusive breastfeeding from 0 to 6 months, that is from the second the baby is born to 6 months of life. How and when are you supposed to initiate breastfeeding? We call it early initiation of breastfeeding. You are supposed to start breastfeeding your baby on or before 1 hour after birth. Introduce breastfeeding when once a child is born. That creates a bonding between mother and child. It sends message to the mother to be mentally ready to breastfeed her newborn baby. Happiness Casey, you're welcome. Okay, Chi Ojimba, you're welcome as well. Thank you for having me around you. So early initiation of breastfeeding will help the bonding between the mother and the child. And what are we talking about bonding? It's love. There are things normally a mother would take from her own child, but she can't take it from another baby because there is bonding between the mother and the baby. So it equally aids in temperature control. A baby is born, he or she is out of the womb in a different environment, in a new environment. If the mother carries, because he or she is already used to the mother's temperature, body temperature, if he carries the baby and starts nursing immediately, it even makes the baby feel confident, makes the baby feel safe, makes the baby feel, yes, I am still in an environment where I can feel people moving around. Do you understand? Sense of security to the baby to be relaxed. So these are the things you can benefit from early initiation of breastfeeding. It equally quickens the production of breast milk, because most of the time they will tell you, I haven't started lactating, I'm not producing breast milk, so there is nothing for the baby to suckle, leave. No, when once you give birth to a child and you start breastfeeding, the hormones there, the oxytocin, the prolactin hormone that are responsible for the production of the breast milk will be signaled. Once the baby is sucking, it's just like when something pinches you on your hand. It sends a message to the brain. It's the brain that analyzes it and says, I am feeling pain here. The same way the brain sends message to the hormone. They are already in the body of every woman. Tell the oxytocin hormone and the prolactin hormone, oh yeah, start producing breast milk. Someone is here to suckle. But if you realize that it's not coming out for that reason, I shouldn't start giving my baby, putting my baby to the nipple, you're wasting your time. So that is what I have brought here. Early initiation of breastfeeding is very important for newborn mothers to know this, that it should be on or before 1 hour after birth. Even if you give birth through cesarean section, as long as you are able to understand your environment, the first thing you should do is call on your baby call on the nurses to bring your baby to you. Okay, unless if the woman is unconscious, there is nothing we can do there. So that is for early initiation of breastfeeding. The next thing I'm going to talk about is types and composition of breast milk. I've actually mentioned the composition, that is the hormones that are responsible for the production of breast milk. But when we talk about, yes, you have initiated breast milk, and there is the first milk that we usually see when a woman gives birth, you start breastfeeding your baby. The first thing we usually see is the yellowish breast milk, which is called the colostrum. Most of the times, yes, in this our rural areas, they will say discard the milk, is bad milk, is yellowish, it's not good, it's not healthy, discard it and all that. No, let me tell us, this is the first immunization that you are supposed to give to your child. This breast milk comes between 1 to 5, depending on it. It actually varies from woman to woman. It can last up to 5 days. It can even get to 10 days and all that. This is the first breast milk that comes. It is yellowish in color. It is enriched. It is very, very rich with vitamin A, and it helps in the prevention of infection. You know, when a child is born, you cut the umbilical cord and all that. No matter the sterilization, that is why we go for injections like penta injection, which some of the injections we put there in the 5 in penta injection, which I'm going to talk about someday, is actually for the prevention of infection. So that colostrum is very rich with vitamin A, which will help the baby to equally pass out the first stool, that black stool normally every child passes out. It's that first immunization, which is the colostrum milk, will help the child to pass that stool. It's called meconium or meconium, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So that yellowish milk is very important. If you know anyone around you, or you know or have that in mind of discarding it, please do not discard it. It is very important that the baby receives it. Then another type of milk we know is the transition milk. This is the milk that after the colostrum, you now have the transition milk. This is where you have in between the colostrum and the main milk, which we call the mature milk. So this one lasts between 10 days after birth and 14 days after birth. Right after the transition milk, you now have the mature milk, which can last from that 14th day till the woman stop lactating. That is, the woman stop breastfeeding. That is the transition milk. And when we talk about types of milk or types of breast milk, we know we have the fore milk and the hind milk. The fore milk is just like when you get yogurt. Let me use yogurt as an example, because it's more like a global thing that we know. And you keep it on a desk, it usually sediments. So the fat goes under. So normally when you want to breastfeed your baby, the first milk, the first 2-3 minutes of the baby suckling, is the baby is actually getting the first milk, which is called the fore milk. That one, the only thing, or let me not say the only thing, it does other things, but it's more of quenching the thirst of the baby. Assuming the baby is thirsty, it quenches the thirst. Okay, while the fore milk, the hind milk, which comes later, is the one that is very enriched with all the nutrients that the child needs. Okay, and that is why you should give maximum time. Like I said before, when once the baby is up to 1 month, you should give minimum of 20 minutes so that the baby will get both the fore milk and the hind milk. And if you come to this our area, that is why most of the times mothers will say one breast cannot satisfy a baby. It's not true. I experimented all this, even with my twin girls. Yes, I exclusively breastfed them. One breast, one breast can actually satisfy a baby if you give it time for the baby to suck both the fore milk and the hind milk. But if you jump to the fore milk before 5 minutes, you have jumped over to the other milk. Well, once the baby suck the fore milk and urinate, it has gone, and he will be crying, and you'll be feeling uncomfortable. You'll be having this feeling that my baby is not suckling well. My baby is not suckling well. So it is important you give time while breastfeeding and make sure your baby gets both the fore milk and the hind milk. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, I'm just trying to be quick. If you have questions, you can put that down. I will answer them much later. The next thing I'm going to talk about is signs of good attachment. Signs of good attachment. Most of the times you hear mothers, they will say, it's paining me, I can't continue breastfeeding, this whole thing. They have a lot of complaints, things to do, reasons to give in order not to continue breastfeeding. So how would you know if you are doing what we call the proper proper attachment or good attachment? When once your baby is sucking and you're not feeling any pain, any kind of pain, that means that's one of the reasons. It's not that it's the end of it all. There are things that you should consider. It should be pain-free. As long as you're not feeling pain, that is to say you have met one of the one of the parameters you have passed. The next thing is that when once your baby is sucking and you're hearing sounds, just listen, give it time. Don't talk about phone. Don't grab your mobile phone to look at and concentrate on all the social media. But once your baby is sucking, give it time to listen. If you're hearing that swallowing sound of bim, bim, that is to say your baby is actually properly attached and is getting the milk that is required. The next thing is that when once a baby is satisfied and comes out of his or her own, you didn't just drag your nipple out from his or her mouth, the baby comes out on his own. That is, you actually, I don't want this network. Don't just get to happen again. Your baby should face your nipple while you're trying to attach. Okay, the baby's lips should be touching the areola. We know I plan to get that artificial breast. I can't show you with my own. No. So the baby's lips should be touching the areola. You know, we have the nipple. After the nipple, you now see a dotted dot, something like dot around, right after, maybe like inches away from the nipple before the large black one. So that dot is called the areola. So the lips of your baby is supposed to be touching that point. When once the lips of your baby is touching that point, that means you did proper attachment. You have to put all these other ones that I've mentioned into consideration as well. Then another thing is that your nipple should be right inside the mouth of your baby. The baby should not be holding only the tips of your nipple. If he's holding the tips of your nipple, that means that's when you'll be feeling pain, of course. So, and the last of there are other things. The chin, your chin of your baby is supposed to be touching the mouth, and the chin of your baby is supposed to be touching the breast. And this is how we will come to that. That is the positioning. If you do proper positioning, hence proper attachment will definitely be guaranteed. Yes, let me put it that way. Another thing is baby comes off on his, okay, I think I've mentioned that earlier. The baby should come off from breastfeeding on his or her own. This is when you know that if you are able to, if the baby's lips is touching the areola, there is no pain, baby is swallowing and you're hearing the sound, the nose is facing the nipple, and the baby is satisfied and all that. These are the things you should consider. You should put into consideration to know that, yes, you have done proper attachment. Okay? Then the next thing we are going to talk about is the signs of good positioning, which I was actually telling you that we're going to come to that. You hold the baby very close. I wish I don't have a big doll baby, but I have this. Let me see if I can use it. This is not a doll baby. If you are carrying your baby, let's assume this is the bottom of your baby. Your palm should hold the butt of your baby, and your body touching, okay, your stomach should touch the stomach of your baby. Okay, These are the things you should put. The baby's head should be straight. It should not bend over for any reason. Do not bend over the head of your baby, and your child should be facing you. That is another thing you should put into consideration. The whole body of the baby should be, how do I put it, in alignment. It should be in alignment. Your palm, okay, let me put it this way. Your palm under the butt of your baby's head on your elbow. That is, yes, in between, yeah. It should be here. As once the palm is here and the baby's head is here, of course, the baby will definitely be aligned. Okay? These are the things you should put into consideration. Why the baby's head is straight, it's not bending over. If you do all these, and maybe, are there any other one I'm forgetting? So you should equally be comfortable. The baby should be comfortable. If it's the legs, try to spreading out the legs so that the baby's stomach will be touching yours. And you hold the baby on your stomach, not on your leg. Yes, it's very important. Most of the times, if you hold the baby on your leg, you are definitely going to bend to breastfeed. That is certain. And that is why you hear most women complain, my back is paining me, I can't continue. This baby is sucking too much and all that. Sitting, if you're sitting in a chair that have rest, sitting properly like this. If possible, personally, what I was doing when I was breastfeeding my children, I carry pillow. If I'm in the house, I go with I will carry pillow and put on in fact, mine, I was breastfeeding two of them at the same time. So if I'm breastfeeding two of them, the same method, I will just put my palm under there. You don't even need to hold the breast if you're breastfeeding two. But if you're breastfeeding one person, is very important too, that you should hold the breastplate. So you relax your back so that you won't be having back pain. Use pillow, put pillow on top of your leg and carry your baby. Make sure your hand is on the baby's butt and the baby's head is here. That is the parameters you should consider when putting good positioning into consideration while breastfeeding your baby. Okay. So the next thing we are going to talk about is the benefits of breastfeeding to a child. Can we, is that the possibility that we can talk about the benefits and end it? If there is no benefits to it, I don't think it will be a whole week celebration globally, all over the world. Hence, breastfeeding is very important. For the child, it helps the immune development. The immune system of the baby development, of course, it will be tripling in the growth. Okay, the immune system, you won't have reason to be taking your baby to hospital every two days and all that, of course, because why is it helping the development of the immune system? This is breast to mouth, your breast to the mouth of your baby. There is no barrier, there is nothing. Where would the infection come? And if the antibodies we have in our body have less war to fight, that's less fight to do in our body, of course, we have a healthier baby, a healthy society, a healthier nation, and a healthier planet. So breastfeeding is very important for the baby. There are other things that a child benefits from being breastfed, which is it is associated with better education until the 5 years of life. You find out that a child that is 5 years that was maybe exclusively breastfed and properly breastfed, you can't. Yeah, this is actually, if you Google it, you will see all this. You can't actually compare the intellectual ability with others who maybe did not even get the breast milk. We are not saying that you can't get 1 out of 100, but the percentage, yes, the rate for people who were actually breastfed is higher than those who were not breastfed. Then a child that is properly breastfed have 14 times more likely to live and not to die for the first 6 months of life. Let me break this one down. If you have 100, okay, let me say, if you have 14 children, yes, if you have 14 children who die under the age of 6 months annually, if you check the parameter, 0 from people who were actually breastfed. You will get 0, while those who were not actually breastfed will have 14 over 100. While this we have 0 over 100 in 14. I don't know how to do that mathematics, but this is actually a statistics. It's a global statistics. Okay, these are how a child can benefit from breastfeeding. Another thing is that it prevents obesity. Yes, most mothers these days are so much concerned of my child to be big. I want my child to be fat. That is actually predisposing our children to obesity. Do you understand? But if you're giving breast milk, no matter the weight of the baby, it actually puts everything into consideration. You see some people, they will tell you that I'm breastfeeding, I'm doing exclusive breastfeeding, but my baby is not fat. You don't need, not everybody is fat. As long as you're doing proper breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, whatever you get, and you're doing all the right things, the good attachment, good positioning, and taking fluids, eating healthy, and all that, definitely whatever the weight you see from your child is normal. Okay, you don't need to worry about. Rather, you're preventing your child from malnutrition and as well as obesity. Okay. Another thing breastfeeding does for children is that it helps in easing of digestion. Children who are formula fed usually fight with constipation, because most of the times their intestines are not able to break down, to metabolize the food. Hence, they will be having constipation, indigestion, and all that will be setting and will be disturbing the baby. But if you are exclusively breastfeeding your baby, or you're breastfeeding at the right proportion and everything has been put into place, how can then the baby have indigestion? So that's one of the benefits a child gets from being breastfed. Another benefit for the child to get from breastfeeding is it prevents infection. I think I mentioned that when I was talking about the colostrum. Yes, not just after the colostrum infections fighting mechanism has ended. No, it still comes down to while you're breastfeeding, the baby is equally being protected from infection. So these are the things a child stands to gain from being breastfed from the mother. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to talk about will be the benefits of breastfeeding to the mother. Hello, I know maybe if I have 10 persons here, maybe 8 will be mothers. Yes, or they are mothers or will be breastfeeding. Sorry, there is a disconnection there because someone called on the line. Okay, so the things that a mother can benefit from the breastfeeding, it creates adequate bonding between the mother and child. Like when you give birth to your baby right on top of the delivery table and all that, you're breastfeeding your baby, you're creating bonding between you and your baby. You're already feeling loved. The hormones, the relaxing hormones are setting in. Yes, it is a benefit a mother gets from breastfeeding her baby. Yes. Another thing that, but if you start breastfeeding your baby, breastfeeding, it will help in the shrinking. Let me use contraction of the uterus and helps it to return to its normal position. Okay, so that's what another benefit a mother gets from breastfeeding her baby. Another thing a woman gets from breastfeeding baby will be it reduce or it aids in the reduction of postpartum bleeding. Most of the times people die. Yes, we are trying to prevent or to stop. We are trying to prevent and stop maternal mortality. Yes, maternal mortality. That is the death of mothers after childbirth. So for you to prevent that, start introducing your breast milk to your baby. Even in our health sector, if a woman for any reason is bleeding, these are one of the things we put into consideration. Apart from giving drugs and what we are supposed to do, you start breastfeeding your baby. It will help in stopping the postpartum bleeding. Another thing is that there are so many things, so many benefits. It will lessen osteoporosis. That's the subsequent disease that comes with age, disease of the bone. That's osteoporosis. It resists ovarian cancer, of course. Breastfeed your baby, oh. It will reduce ovarian cancer, and it helps in child spacing. That is the one we call LAM, lactorial, aminoral, yes, lactorial, aminoral. That is child spacing. Most people, when you're breastfeeding, or if some persons are so lucky, even if they're not doing exclusive breastfeeding, they are actually enjoying that benefit of not wearing sanitary napkins and our normal monthly cycle. While some persons, when they are exclusively breastfeeding their babies, their this thing will not return, their cycle will not return, because when once it's just normal that even if you want to conceive and your prolactin level, hormone level is high, you cannot conceive, because that inhibits, the prolactin level is high, and it will be inhibiting the um, ovulation. It will be inhibiting ovulation. That is to say, if you're breastfeeding your baby exclusively, the prolactin level in your body will be high, and because it's high, ovulation comes before the normal cycle, which we call period or menses. I don't know if our oga will see this one as an issue. So when once you are not able to ovulate, you cannot see your period, because the prolactin hormone, which is responsible, if you remember I mentioned it earlier. So why wouldn't I continue breastfeeding my baby so that my prolactin level will be high while they are sucking and enjoying what they are supposed to enjoy? Me, I am free from all this now. So guys, this is some of the benefits. There are other benefits that a mother can gain from breastfeeding her baby. Okay. Then what are the benefits to the socio-economic, our environment, our nation, our planet? There are so many benefits. It will save you money. If you consider, I think this whole topic is talking more like channeling to exclusive breastfeeding. If you are breastfeeding your baby exclusively, are you going to buy formula? No. If you are not buying formula, the money that you would have used to buy formula will be saved for you for other things. Probably save the money for the child's education in the future. Don't we agree with that? Let me hear your answer. What do you think about that? Don't it save money? Martina, does it save money? Did it save money? If you actually did it, let me know. And another thing is that for the social economic benefit of breastfeeding, mother will not be going to hospital. That is to say, there is reduction of hospital visitation. You will not be going to doctors and nurses every now and then because your child is sick. And because you're not going to hospitals every now and then, definitely your the times you would have used in hospital will be put into other good use. Of course, you will use it to do other things. It saves money. Okay, thank you. It saves money. Elaine Williams, you're welcome to my stream today. Okay, thank you, Mama. Mama Mara Favor, you're welcome. I'm actually talking about World Breastfeeding Week. Globally, 1st to 7th of August every year is celebrated as World Breastfeeding Week. And today I decided to bring a little about this topic, World Breastfeeding Week. And this year's theme is support breastfeeding for a healthier planet, or you can say a healthier nation. But the theme is support breastfeeding for a healthier planet. Okay, and here I've been talking about the early initiation of breastfeeding, good positioning, and good attachment, the benefit a child gets from breastfeeding, the benefits the mother gets, and right now I'm talking about the socio-economic benefits our society, our government get. And we talk about, I mentioned that it saves money both for the family and even relatives around who would have been buying foodstuffs and other. It will still save money for them. You can even save that money for your child's education in the future. I equally mentioned that it will reduce hospital visitation. Hence, the mother will put the times that she would have used to spend days in the hospital into good use. If she's working or if she's doing YouTube just like me and you, we will have time to come and sit and talk to our subscribers and talk to people who would want to hear educative things from us. Of course, another thing that is that it increases, yes, I mentioned that it increases mother's productive time. Another thing that it will do is it will reduce waste management, the generation of waste in our society. If you're using formula, of course, the pom pom or the coin or whatever you call it is will be all around your household. And when you go to where we pack heaps or beans, it will be piling up every now and then. But because you are exclusively breastfeeding your baby, there is no going to discard, and it will reduce even the personnel who comes to carry those things. There will be reduced labor for them. So there's so many benefits that are attached with exclusive breastfeeding and even healthier breastfeeding. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the breast milk storage. Are we supposed to store our breast milk for mothers? Can you express? Of course, we know that you can express your breast milk. How do you store it? How can you store it? Is it possible for you to store it? Yes. Fabian and mom, hello, I'm here to learn. Thank you for coming. Sorry, we give God the glory that you are here, because the other stream, I don't know what happened. They weren't hearing me. I had to end it and start again. I know people will be clicking on the link because I actually shared it out. Had time to share it out, but unfortunately, I have to start another one. So what I'm talking about now, okay, Fabian and mom, if you can still visit the video at your spare time, I will definitely leave it on my channel. You can see the ones I've mentioned. I've talked about breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, early initiation of breastfeeding, good attachment, good positioning, the benefits to the child, to the mother, to the society. These are the things I have mentioned. And now I'm talking about breast milk storage. Yes, can you express your breast milk and keep it? Yes, if I never did that, I don't know how I would have breastfed my twin girls. Yes, so you can express your breast milk and keep. If you don't have, thank God there is a room for people who may say that they don't have a refrigerator or freezer and all that. If you want to express your breast milk, for example, you're going to work, we know that most government parastatals have put that into place, or even banking sector, that it's time for the mother to go back home. As long as you're a nursing mother, that it's time for you to go back home. So you can actually express your breast milk. If you want to do exclusive breastfeeding, you can express your breast milk. All you need to do, I didn't think about that. All you need to do, let me just demonstrate it with something I have around me. All you need to do is this. You express, I have this with me. Let's say this is my bowl with water. I have water in it. And we know we have cup that have cover. So if you have cup that have cover, you express the breast milk. There are other things you can do, how you can do to be able to have enough breast milk to preserve for your baby. You put it in the cup, you cover it. Make sure you cover the cup properly and now dip it inside the bowl that has water. This is a bowl that has water, and this is the cup covered with milk, breast milk. You dip make sure it gets to the level where the milk is stopped, or is the level at which the milk gets to. So you put it and keep it. And what I'm saying here is that this milk can stay up to 4 hours or even 5. In fact, when UNICEF trained us, they said it can stay up to 6 hours. But to be on a safe side, it can stay up to 5 hours, just like that. That is to say, if you have your nanny or you have your relatives or your mother or your grandmother or whoever that is helping you to take care of your baby, can actually go there, carry the breast milk, scoop the quantity if it is measured. Because me personally, what I was doing then is that I have cups and they are all calibrated. So if you take, you're going to finish that. And we don't advise you to use bottle feeding. You use spoon feeding. So you use spoon feeding to feed the baby of that breast milk. It can actually stay for 5 hours. Then, assuming you have fridge, how long can you stay in your fridge? It can stay as long as there is constant power. It can stay in the fridge for 5 days, maximum of 5 days. As long as whenever you bring it out, whichever you bring out, you keep it to stay. Like now, if I want to feed my baby in the next 30 minutes, I will bring out the one that I want to feed the baby, so that you don't warm it, you don't heat it, you don't put it in a warm water for it to thaw or whatever. Rather, you bring it out. You already know the time if you're feeding your baby with time, you know when you're supposed to feed. Bring out the breast milk and keep. Let it defrost under room temperature. And before you feed the baby, make sure it's not cold. It should be like under room temperature. It should be not warm as if you're going to warm it. That is how it's supposed to be. You don't warm it, you don't microwave it, or you don't do anything. Just bring it out prior to like 30 minutes before you feed your baby. And it can stay for 5 days, whichever that is already there. So if you express and you're keeping it in the fridge, make sure it doesn't exceed 5 days. But if you're putting in a freezer, we know we have different compartments. If it's a freezer, fridge and freezer, that top freezer, it can stay there as long as it's there. It can stay there for up to 6 months. As long as there is constant power supply, it can stay there for up to 6 months. But if it is in a chest or deep freezer, you don't have to be bringing out always. That is why we have breast milk banks in developed world. That is actually what they use. As long as it's in a freezer or in a chest, it can actually last for up to 12 months. That is 1 year. It can actually last up to that. That is how you can, as long as it's in there. Let me continue talking, and when it comes back, I know it will still come back. So as long as it is thawed, if you bring out from the freezer, it defrosts. Please do not take it back to the fridge. Make sure the baby consumes it. If he or she doesn't consume it, please discard. Do not take it back to the freezer. Okay, these are how parameters of how you can preserve your breast milk. You are already expressed breast milk. But if you have your baby with you always, everywhere you go, yes, we have some good some top celebrities now in this world that breastfeed their baby publicly. Mothers most of the times will tell you, I don't want to breastfeed my baby in the church. I don't want to breastfeed in the public. Whatever be the reason, we have top celebrities who equally breastfeed their babies publicly. Okay, maybe I will have to even mention them here. So that are the ways you can store, preserve, and feed your as already expressed breast milk. Fabian and mom, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you. That one ended, so I don't know. It was giving issues, so I had to end it and start again. And I wanted to notify people. I actually notified people with that link, but they will be looking for me. They won't see. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is barriers in breastfeeding. This is the area, anytime you want to mention anything about breastfeeding, mothers will just raise their hairs will rise up like this. They want to talk about the barriers, the challenges, their problems with breastfeeding. And the first one I'm going to talk about is engorgement. That is when your breast milk is so full. Mostly this affects mothers, newborn mothers. When you give birth to a baby, either the baby's suckling cleft palate or the suckling sensation is not there, is not matured enough for the baby to start sucking. You put the baby's mouth to the breast milk, the baby is not sucking it, it's paining you, it's too full. That is the engorgement. The mother will be crying. In fact, they will even be discouraged to breastfeed. But one thing I have to tell you is this: the solution to it is continue breastfeeding. Continue to attach your baby to the breast milk. Make sure you continue attaching your baby to the breast milk. But if it is not working for you that way, express the breast milk and spoon feed. When the baby gets to the point of sucking, definitely it will ease off. You have to continue. If possible, you take pain relieving drugs. But before you take any pain relieving drugs, make sure you consult your physician. Let them advise you on what to take or what to take, what not to take. Okay. So that is the first one, the engorgement. The next one is mastitis. The one that is reddish. It will be so reddish, it will be hurting you, as in you feel like, can they come and cut off the breast and throw and throw it away? But the answer is that all you need to do is to just take it gradually. Go to your pediatrician if you already have one. go to your pediatrician, they will give you antibiotics. As long as the there is no problem, you have to still continue breastfeeding your baby, no matter the redness, the hotness, the whatever, however you feel. All you need to do is that the only solution to this mastitis, the only solution to this problem is to continue breastfeeding my baby, as long as it doesn't have pause, as long as it's not bringing out pause. Okay, but even if it is bringing out pause, you have to meet with your pediatrician or your physician, whoever that is taking care of you, so that you know the degree and what you're supposed to do. They will give you antibiotics, and within a short time you'll be okay. The next thing that mothers always cry about is cracked nipple or soft nipple. It's like you have, some will have their nipples will be bleeding. You have cracked, it will be so sore. And what causes that? Improper attachment. That's the only cause of that. If you are doing proper attachment, or if you did your antenatal visit properly, I think they will teach you all this, so that new moms, when you are attaching your nipple to your baby, you know what to do. If in case if you don't know this and you want to know, I've actually mentioned it. Maybe you were not here when I mentioned it. You can play the video as well. If you do proper positioning and proper attachment, definitely your baby, you will not have cracked nipple. And that is the only solution. There is something that we used to advise mothers. If the solution to it is continue breastfeeding your baby, continue breastfeeding your baby, continue breastfeeding your baby. When once the baby has sucked and gets satisfied, like I mentioned in the good attachment, the last drops of milk that will come out, you take it with your finger, your neat finger, and use it like and rub the nipple that, and allow it to air off a little. It helps in the healing of the cracked nipple. But don't say because it's cracked that you will no longer breastfeed your baby. Please continue breastfeeding the baby. The next thing that mothers cries a lot, that's another barrier or another challenge, is retracted nipple. Retracted nipple or inverted nipple, or retracted or invisible nipple. Let me put it this way: invisible nipple. Most of the times, some persons, when they are pregnant, that is why you still need to go for antenatal and listen to the health talk, not just go there, they check you and you go. Most people do not have good enough of a nipple. It's flat. Okay, another name could be flat nipple. So, like, there is a pattern. I don't even know if I should say it. There is a pattern they use. You can use syringe, cut the syringe, and use it to pull out the nipple. It's actually painful, but it's like 10 seconds pain. They'll pull out the nipple. That's retracted, flat nipple, inverted nipple, or however nipple you call it. Is those mothers whose their nipples are not out. So it's flat. The baby doesn't even have anything to grab, to suck or to feed. So, but there is a way you can do it with syringe and pull out the nipple. You continue doing it once in a while, once in a day, and before you know it, she will have good enough of a nipple for the mother, for the baby to suckle from. Another thing is that the belief that breast milk is not enough, the belief that breast milk is not sufficient, because your or your mate said, my breast milk is not enough. And this some of our mothers-in-law or our mothers will tell you, I gave my child water, make you should give. Hello, what I used to tell mothers of these days is that if you accepted noodles now, if you have accepted noodles and you eat noodles and you know it was not then during their days, please follow what is happening now. What is happening now is that you should breastfeed your baby exclusively. As long as it's a mental thing, you have to take a decision. No one will compel you. Even if government decides to like do a carrot and stick, if you breastfeed 10, your exclusively breastfeed your baby, will give you. People will still go back home unless you have to put a, what do you call it, a body camera on them, and whatever they do, you'll be seeing it, and which is not possible. Even if you just decide that you'll be giving them award, people may still decide to go home and say, I will not do it. But if you accepted the things that are happening in this environment, our new generations, please accept the fact that exclusive breastfeeding remains the best for your baby from zero birth to 6 months of life. Okay, even if you have multiple births, like me, I have twin girls and I exclusively breastfed them, and I took them for competition and they won. They came out first. Okay, so it's very important. Do not believe what is going on now. As long as you're eating healthy, you're taking good enough of fluid, definitely the prolactin hormone, which nobody puts it there, no doctor will put it on your body. Has already put it on you as a woman. As long as those hormones are in your body and they are working, forget about our breast milk is like a tap. If you open it, it will start flowing. If you lock it, it will start. And that is why we will breastfeed. When we stop lactating, the thing will go back and relax. And when we get pregnant and start breastfeeding again, it will come again. So do not believe all those that breast milk is not sufficient for your child. Okay, that is what I have to mention about this. Another thing that is a barrier to breastfeeding can be chronic diseases. There are some chronic diseases that maybe definitely a physician, a pediatrician will advise the mother not to breastfeed. But it is very rare. Even if a woman is HIV positive, as long as it was detected early enough, and that is why when you get pregnant, go to antenatal, do the normal. Of course, I said that in one of my videos about things to expect on your first antenatal visit. If you watch that video, in case if you want to know, you know that your RVS will be screened. That's your HIV status will be screened, and that is to know if they should introduce you to the drugs or you are not positive. If you are not positive, why not go ahead and breastfeed? Even if you're positive and you start your medications, your drugs, your treatment on time, definitely you can still breastfeed your baby. Sure, and you will breastfeed a healthy baby. There is even a possibility of you coming out, delivering a child without HIV. Okay, so it's very rare you see cases or diseases that can inhibit breastfeeding. But I'm not ruling out that there are not. There may be one or two, but these are the barriers, things that can make a woman not to breastfeed her baby. So these are about the barriers or the challenges of breastfeeding. If you have question, please drop drop it down there in the comment section. I will come back to it. Okay. But if you don't have question, if everything I'm saying is good explanation, you are flowing, you're understanding it. Thank you. God bless you for stopping by and listening to me. After this LS, you can still share it to any group that you know that this lesson will benefit. Let me recap. I'm still talking about this is World Breastfeeding Week. Every 1st to 7th of August, globally, annually, is celebrated as World Breastfeeding Week. And this is where we talk about how to support mothers, how to protect mothers, how to promote breastfeeding. These are the things we talk about throughout this week. I know with this pandemic, it didn't stop us from yes, like I was saying about the chronic diseases. Yes, there is equally a study of you if a woman is has been tested positive with the, of course, the novel virus, can still breastfeed. But there are a lot of parameters that need to be met before she can. But it has to start with the woman first. I want to breastfeed my baby. As long as she is mentally, physically ready to breastfeed her baby, and those parameters will be met, definitely she will still breastfeed her baby. I just wanted to talk about that as I just remembered it. So another thing I'm going to talk about is that, are there children that cannot receive breast milk? Can anyone in this live streaming answer my question? Are there children that cannot receive breast milk or breastfeeding? If you know the answer, tell me, yes, there are. These are the people. I am waiting for the answer while I'll be talking about other things. I have 5 million people on this live stream. So I want answers. Or let's see if people will just join and get to the phone and you're doing and you're doing something else. I want to hear. Are there children who cannot receive breast milk or breastfeeding, who cannot receive breastfeeding? Hmm? Should I wait? Okay, well, I said I was going to continue with other things. So another thing I'm going to talk about is who can help with breast milk when mother is not available. That is to say, let me just say it as it is. Who can help with breast milk or breastfeeding when mother maybe died? Of course, postpartum maternal mortality has not been eradicated yet. All we are praying and hoping that we achieve is total reduction. Okay, but for now it is still there. So assuming a woman gives birth and dies, and the baby is alive, can the baby still be breastfed? The answer is yes, the baby can still be breastfed. And who will breastfeed the baby? Number one, we know in the developed world, we have the people we call the wet nurses. These are the people. You don't need to be a nurse to be a wet nurse. You will come and sit down and breastfeed other people's children, and at the end of the month you'll be paid. They are called wet nurses. I can decide now that my job will be continue breastfeeding. You know, the fun part of it is that as long as you're a woman, your age cannot stop you from breastfeeding. Even if you're 80 years old, all you need to do is you eat the right diet and start initiate suckling. Immediately initiate suckling. With minimum of 2 weeks, the woman will start breastfeeding. So wet nurses will go and be breastfeeding other people's children, and that is her job. And she will continue to breastfeed, and she will continue to produce breast milk. Who else can give who else can produce breast milk for the baby that maybe the mother died? Relatives. If you have relatives who are probably lactating, like if you have siblings who are breastfeeding, it's a good opportunity for the woman to breastfeed 3 persons or 2 persons at that point in time. So the baby can be taken to her to breastfeed. I know some people still do that. Yes, it's still being practiced in our society these days. So she can breastfeed. Another thing is the mother of the woman that died, or even the mother-in-law, can still breastfeed. Like I said earlier, as long as she is a woman, the hormone that are responsible for the production of breast milk is in her body, and she introduces the suckling, definitely maximum of 2 weeks, she will start producing breast milk. So these are the 3 persons who can actually breastfeed a newborn baby who maybe the mother died. So since nobody wants to answer the question, I have to go ahead and answer. The question is, are there children that cannot receive breast milk? And the answer is very rare. Over 99% of children can receive breast milk. If they can receive breast milk from their grandmother, they can receive breast milk from their aunt, and they can receive breast milk from even wet nurses, then how can they not receive breast milk? So 99.9999% of children can receive breast milk. Please, if you're joining my live stream, give me thumbs up. Nobody is giving thumbs up. I only have 5 thumbs up. Meanwhile, I have 7 million people on this stream, and many more persons came and and left. I want to believe. If you are here, I want to know those who are here, please. If you are here, type something. Let me know you are here, okay? So these are the people that can. I'm wrapping up. I said in the next 1 hour, and this is exactly 58 minutes by my time. I'm wrapping up, but I still have one more thing. The how can government? How can government? Okay, thank you. Give me thumbs up, ma. God bless you, Mama Mara Favor Lucky. How can government, family members? You are here and I ask question, no one is answering. Okay. So how can government, people around us, how can they help us? How can they support us, mothers, towards achieving a better breastfeeding? Yes. And the things I have here, okay, thank you, ma. You just came in. The things I have here is that Physical readiness to breastfeed by mothers. Physical readiness to breastfeed by mothers. How can a mother be physically ready to breastfeed? For you to be physically ready, you have to be spiritually ready. Marafeva, am I speaking? For you to be physically ready, you need to be mentally ready. You have to be spiritually ready. That is to say, that's why most of the times when you see women, if they're angry, they stop producing breast milk. The hormones, everything will turn off. So she needs to be mentally and physically, spiritually ready. That is the first thing. She needs to be ready to say, I want to breastfeed my baby. And for her to be physically, mentally, and spiritually ready, she needs the support of her spouse. When once a woman is breastfeeding, this is the time her spouse needs to give her the maximum support. Yes, thank you. The spouse needs to give her the maximum support that she needs to produce milk. I remember when I was breastfeeding my baby, something happened one day. It was a maid I had in the house. I actually traveled, but she was to join me. She was an adult then. She was to join me, but she didn't join me. She went somewhere and didn't come to visit me where I said she should come. And throughout that night, I cried. I was so scared that I couldn't reach her on phone. Her phone was switched off. I called my neighbors. They said she was not around. Do you know? I couldn't breastfeed my baby. I couldn't breastfeed my baby. It was as if the whole the nipple dot that got blocked. Breast milk was not coming because I was emotionally drained, I was mentally drained. So you need the support of people around you to be able to produce healthy breast milk and even breastfeed healthier, yeah, healthy, support, yeah. So that is what we are talking about. World Breastfeeding Week support healthy breastfeeding for a healthier planet. Okay, yeah, yes, I'm trying to remember the theme again. Support breastfeeding for a healthy planet. That is the topic. So you need to support the woman for her to have a good support to produce breast milk and breastfeed her baby healthier. Okay, I don't know if that is correct, but I said that. So you need family support. You need to reduce stress. If you're stressed out, you're sweeping the house, you're cooking, you're going to market, you're doing this, you're sweating, you don't even have time to even clean the breasts, to even breastfeed your baby. So you actually need a less stressful period to have a good breastfeeding section with your baby. Okay, another thing is that breast care. If you are less stressful, of course you will have time to care for your breast. You should wear a proper brassiere, maternity bra. Even if you don't want to wear a maternity bra, you want to wear our normal push-ups, you should make sure that you change your bra daily, because when your baby finish suckling, there may be drops of breast milk that may be coming out, and they will definitely drop on your bra. But imagine if you wear that bra the next day. Have you smelled breast milk before? So it is better, it is healthier, and recommended you. Uh, I had I had 8 likes before. Who took away one? Wait till I do the person as well. So it's important your comment was held for review. Say mentally is the right word. Okay. Yeah. So you need to change your bras, you need to stay healthy, you need to stay neat, and so many things you need to. Another thing you have to put into consideration is fluid. Let me tell you something that works for me, because a psychological distortion can cause less secretion. That is exactly the word. It can reduce secretion of breast milk. Of course, that is it. If you're psychologically deranged, definitely it will not be available. It's Whitey that took it to. Wait till I do them. Wait till I do them. So you need to, another thing that worked for me that I want to talk about is that when I was breastfeeding is that I don't know if it's had to do with my body, my system. Immediately I carry my children, if I want to breastfeed the twin at the same time, immediately I carry them and put their mouth to the nipple and they start suckling. The next thing is that my throat will be so dry. And the next thing I will do is give me water. I can finish 1 liter of water. In fact, personally, I'm not a foodie, so I wasn't eating much up to tomorrow. I'm not a foodie, but I don't know where this fat is coming from. So anytime I'm feeding, even when I was breastfeeding my son alone, immediately he places his mouth to the nipple, I'll be testing, I will drink fluid. And I was taking enough fluid. So if you, for a mother, you want to breastfeed your baby properly, and yes, you want to breastfeed your baby, try and stay hydrated always. Drink water, drink fluid, anything fluid. There are so many things people will ask you, should I drink this? Should I drink that? Please, alcohol is never recommended, because some people will say, let me drink it after 6 hours. Okay, like now I go out, I will come back in the next 6 hours. By then, it might have gone out of my system. Are you going to test your body? Are you going to test the alcohol in your blood before you start breastfeeding your baby? Do you know the quantity that can affect your baby? And meanwhile, this baby is less than 1,000 days of life. And we know that the brain development of a child happens from conception to 1,000 days of life. So you may be taking in something that will affect the brain development of your baby. So it is better to abstain from alcohol, abstain from anything. If you want to, some persons will equally ask me about detox. I take lemon, is it okay? As long as you are not so addicted to lemon, you are not always on lemon every minute, because you want to get your shape, you want your uterus to return, and you want so many things. When we give birth, we want so many things at the same time. All the things that accumulated for 9 months, you want it to happen within 1 week. It's not possible. Take it gradually, one step before the next one, okay? So that you don't do anything that will be harsh on it. Of course, if you're doing exclusive breastfeeding, it will help in preventing allergies, but you never can tell the quantity you are taking and the antibodies that are there in the body to fight what you have introduced. So which one is better? It's better you abstain from anything that may be detrimental to the brain development of your child, the the general well-being of your child. It's better you abstain from it. Alcohol is never recommended. Eat healthy, eat healthy, not junk food. Okay, these are the things I'm going to talk about. On a lighter note, yes, we have talked about, because when we talk about World Breastfeeding Week, we're talking about children 0 to, yes, the people that are actually celebrated or that comes for the competition are children between the age of 0 to 24 months. That's 2 years. So on a lighter note, I actually made a video about complementary feeding, an exclusive video about complementary feeding. If you want to see that, it's equally on my channel, you can see it. But on a lighter note, once your child is 6 months old, assuming your child turns 6 months old today, start giving water, any healthier fluid, and food around you. And the food around you, even if it's family food, make sure you're introducing them little by little to the baby's mouth. Don't say, she just started eating, let me continue giving her watery pap and all that. These are the things I thought about there. You have to consider the frequency of the meal, the amount, that's the quantity, the composition. You have to put into consideration the staple food, the legumes, the animal proteins, the fat and oil, water, anything, all these things that are supposed to constitute first time meal for a child of 6 months and above. Put that down into consideration and start giving them what they're supposed to eat, okay? Do I have questions? Is there anyone that have questions to ask me? Ask me. But the exclusive video about the complementary feeding is there. I equally showed some of the actual foods that you can give to your baby. Do I have a question? Is there anything I should talk about that I've not mentioned? As long as I've not mentioned it, ask me to. I'm here to celebrate with my family. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do click on the subscribe button. Okay, like this stream so that it can equally go viral. It's not only 30 minutes or 20 minutes videos that go viral. Live stream can equally go viral. So I decided that as a nutrition officer, I've been a nutrition officer in my district for many years now. So I came back today. I decided to talk to my family about World Breastfeeding Week. The World Breastfeeding Week is between 1st and 7th of August globally, globally celebrated, okay? And this year's theme is support breastfeeding for a healthier planet, irrespective of the fact that the novel virus is here and so many things are being affected. We still need to support breastfeeding because it's the bedrock. It is the actual foundation that we are supposed to give to our children. God bless us mothers. God bless our husbands for supporting us, for always giving us the support we need during childbearing period and our breastfeeding, our lactation period and all that. Do I have question? I have 7 million amazing, awesome people, lovely people on my channel. So my intro remains. Hello, my lovely people. Welcome back once again to my channel. If you're stopping by here for the first time, my name is Tina Isoa. I'm a YouTuber based in Owerri, Nigeria for now. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do me well by clicking on the subscribe button and like, share, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I put up a video, you'll be among the first to see it. Do not forget to comment on whatever you have seen on this video that interests you, that you like or you dislike. Let me know about it. You did a great job from the point I joined proper. All you said are right, and I concur to them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Lucky Chaloka. Thank you. God bless you, sir or ma. Sir or ma. Thank you. God bless you, sir. So, so I decided to come and celebrate the World Breastfeeding Week with this my amazing family, and I have an appointment. Okay, I think I have an appointment now. Someone is celebrating. Who just came in? It's me, oh Mara. Okay, I know you are the one, but I wanted to know if it's a she or a he. Thank you, thank you. God bless you. God bless you for spending some time. So you don't have a question for me? If you don't have a question for me, I would love to end this stream. Okay, sure. Trisha Noble. Oh, you came. Hello, sis. Okay. You're welcome. No. Did you give this stream a thumbs up? Eh? Trisha, have you finished bearing children? How many do you have? Are they up to 12? And this Trisha Noble, are your kids up to 12? Because Abia people like children. Have you finished? So let me have, are there challenges you had when you were breastfeeding? Or is there anything you need me to? She's giving me that look. Is there any question for me? If there is no question for me, I'm definitely going to end the stream in the next 5 minutes, okay? So that we can join. Martina is celebrating her monetization today. Messi Osas TV, you're welcome. You're welcome. So should I give you a recap for just coming in before we end the stream? I have 3 now, but remaining 7. Now you're talking. Trisha, you have 3 kids and it's remaining 7. Beautiful. I love that. We'll kill goats. No, cow. We kill cow for you. Be say people used to kill goats. We will kill cow for you. So Messi Osas TV, actually this stream, I tagged it World Breastfeeding Week celebration. As a nutritionist, I decided that this is what I do practically in my office, and I decided that I should come and share this day with you, my amazing family here. I decided to come and share this day with you guys. So, 1st to 7th of August every year is celebrated as World Breastfeeding Week. And during this and during this World Breastfeeding Week, there are a lot of competitions from the primary healthcare level to the LGA, from LGA to state, from state to nation, and even international. But I don't think that of the national and international are still going on. Okay, so these are the things we do to encourage mothers to continue breastfeeding, encourage mothers to continue doing exclusive breastfeeding. So I've actually talked about the good positioning, good attachment, the benefits to the child, the benefits to the mother, the benefits to our society, the challenges of breastfeeding, that's the barriers of breastfeeding. How can we be physically and mentally ready for breastfeeding? These are the things I've actually discussed about on this stream. If you want to catch up, maybe you didn't see them, you can as well play this stream. I'm going to leave it on my channel. Okay, thank you all, God bless you. Trisha Noble, abeg o, I no get time to do omugwo 7 time again, biko kwa. Are you serious? Are you the mother-in-law or the mother? You must do. We need population, we need more. we need we need more people. Me na Imo babe, Trisha Noble, na you be Imo babe, so you have to have more. You're not serious. So my lovely people, I decided to come and stream about this, and I'm going to share it with my bosses, my direct bosses. I started it up with, I actually connected my Facebook to the stream, but the network was fluctuating and frustrating me. So I had to end the Facebook and concentrated on the YouTube. So if whoever decides to follow the stream can as well play it in their houses. I wish I can actually edit. No, you can't edit it. I just want to post it. So there is no need to edit. And thank you. God bless you for coming. How many more minutes? Okay, 2 more minutes. So if you are here, raise your hands. I want to take attendance. So I want to ask, is it proper not to give water to a child that feeds on milk? This is your question is not clear. Which milk? Is it breast milk or formula milk, artificial milk? So let me answer it before you actually respond. You say, so I want to ask, is it proper not to give water to a child that feeds on milk? If it's a child, as once you have already started giving, okay, she said artificial milk. For the fact you have already started giving artificial milk, you are using water to definitely constitute the artificial milk. So why would someone now say you should not give water? Please give. If it's your decision, if you have taken the decision to give artificial milk and you're using water to constitute the milk, so who is giving that advice? What's the difference? Hmm? But what I'm pleading and advocating and canvassing, and which other word is exclusive breastfeeding for a healthier baby, healthier mother, healthier father, healthier society, and the world at large. So if you can give me that, I don't want to know. I did it, you can do it. If I did it for 2, you can do it for even 3 years. Just sit down and continue breastfeeding. But we honestly need the support of our government. We need the support of our government. You cannot tell a mother who is exclusively breastfeeding, employing people, women of childbearing age, and when you get married, they'll say, next now is to start getting. They should put that, they should balance it, they should balance the equation, they should put it on a better equilibrium so that we will still be able to get jobs, and at the same time we will give birth to children and a healthier nation. As long as the mother honestly wants to exclusively breastfeed her baby, Now she wants to get to the 6 months to go and sit down in the house and not to breastfeed her baby. Let me read your question. A first-time mom gave a newborn only artificial milk and breast milk for 4 months. A first-time mom gave a newborn only artificial milk. Why give this and give the only? Why are you serious? Definitely that baby will be having constipations often and on without water. Will be having constipation. But even for the intestine to digest, to metabolize, to break down the formula, na big work for the baby as well. God heal the world. God heal the world. God heal the world. God. So, sisters, I'm going to end this stream so that I prepare for. I have 2 persons that is celebrating today. So maybe I will use Jack and go to this side, and use Johnny and go to this side. God bless you all for. Okay, let me use the opportunity for everyone that have listened to my word and have benefited in one way or the other. God, may you bless them. For everyone that have listened and that will decide to put one thing or the other into practice, God bless them in advance in the name of Jesus Christ. And for everyone that will listen or that will watch this video, may God bless you all in Jesus' name. I need more blessings upon my channel. May you send forth more people to subscribe to my channel, that I will continue doing this great work that I've decided to be doing on this channel. God bless you all for stopping by. God bless you. I love you once more. Exclusive breastfeeding can never be overemphasized. I actually said that, yes, it can never be overemphasized. I hope we get to understand the great benefits of exclusive breastfeeding. Thank you so much, host. Thank you. I end it on this note. God bless you. Here in Italy, they give formula with, hey, I beg. Thank you. Thank you. Martina, I want to go and wear a correct party wear for your party. I hope that you have liquor there, because me, I know they drink my own wine. I know they drink my own wine. I actually made a video of haul. People can see that I'm rocking different wigs. And no one has ever told me they like it. Eh? I'm rocking different wigs. I made a video about my wig horse. I made braided wigs and the ribbon wigs. But I'm here to post it. If you like something like this, let me know. Should I post that video? I'm having double mind, or I should just discard it. In fact, I look sweet. Thank you. These are the kind thing me I dey like today here. So that, okay, let me dance. Let me dance small for you. You go say this one don dey pass. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm having flat tummy now. Oh my God, I'm going to share these streams and see what I'm doing. People, they will say, this lady, I was even thinking, what's that for you? Thank you so much. God bless you. You guys are not going now. I did observe it. Okay, but we are talking business. Beautiful you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, flat tummy. Are you serious? Please send mine now. Send what? Send what? Okay, I should send the week to you. Let me know. Marafe, what do you want? I should send it to Italy. Send mine now. What? What do you want? People should be going. Flat tummy like mine. Who? Martina, you. I beg, I beg. Don't go there. Yes, the wig. Okay, definitely. I'm going to DHL it. I'll be webbing it. I'll be cargo it. Anyone, I'm going to send it. I beg, leave me to go and bed. So, host, bye. Are you serious? Huh? Uncle David, you have been here. Is it because I'm talking about breastfeeding? You can't cheat. I hope you learn something for your wife. Oh. You need to support her. I hope you heard the part I said that we need our spouses to support us. So this is not time to get us angry. Oh. It should make us happy so that we will continue to secrete breast milk for your babies. Yes. We don't want to go. Please, you should go. You say you don't want to go. Okay, what do you want me to talk about now? If you want me to say something, let me. Are you serious? More persons are even coming. Hey, Martina, you have joined Abi. We don't want to go. Don't want to go again. We don't want to leave. Oh, Akuna una. See me, oh. I'm going to share this stream with my bosses. Oh. Oh, I'm going to share it in our forums so that they will see what I did today. But this the celebration, the actual celebration, I think they are planning on doing something, which we will definitely go for the competition. If we go for the competition, now vlog so that I'll show you guys how it's actually celebrated, both in my LGA, which I will be the one to decide who will represent my LGA. So we'll now go to the state for the competition. If it actually happens, if I have time, I will. Okay, Diva Fit. Oh, it's true. I said I have two celebration. Diva Fit. She's live now. By host. Okay, thank you, David. Yes, I said I have two celebration, two persons celebrating. I will go with James and John. I will go with my husband's phone. I'll join with my husband's phone and join this person with my own phone. Mm. Martina, permission for 10 minutes late. No, no late. Oh. Nobody should come late. Oh. Me, I don't like late comers. Bye, Tina. See you in the other side soon. Thank you. Mwah, mwah. Hey, people should start going now. I'm chasing you. Go now. It's my house. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. I'll be ending this stream now so that we can prepare for the next live streams. Okay. Thank you. God bless you. Stay healthy. Please canvas this message. Tell everyone you know about exclusive breastfeeding, the is important. And at the same time, please share me out. And you people, all of you that came here today, you have community and no one shared me out. I will check. If no one shared me out, I will not share you people out. In fact, I will disconnect with you people. You people should beg me. Oh, thank you, Martina. Thank you, Mara. Thank you, Noble. Trisha Noble. People should beg me sorry. You people did not share me out. Thank you, thank you. You forgot. Okay, no wahala. I'm forgiving your sins. So thank you, amazing people. God bless you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do click on the red subscribe button while watching this video. Give me thumbs up. Feel free to play it at your leisure time and learn and tell people around you that exclusive breastfeeding remains the best, and that is what we are canvassing for, a healthier nation, so that you reduce money going to hospital, you reduce your hospital visitation time, put that time into good use. Stay healthy. For a new mom, try and go for your antenatal and do all that you're told to do and pray. With God, we have a healthier nation, a healthier planet. As the year 2020 World Breastfeeding Week states, that support breastfeeding for a healthier planet. God bless you all. Amen.